Right now, police say a woman grazed by a bullet in her north side home escaped death. We'll hear her message to the people firing shots in her neighborhood.
And state commissioners are holding the subcontractor at fault in the downtown Sun Prairie explosion accountable. More on the fines they have to pay.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 6.
Thank you for joining us. Madison has had 0 homicides so far this year, but police are calling a shots fired incident on the city's north side a very close call. It happened at Kennedy Heights Apartments down the street from Lindbergh Elementary School.
And our Madeline O'Neill shares the message from an innocent woman who is grateful it didn't happen just 2 seconds later. Maddie?
Eric and Charlotte, she's feeling really lucky. Talking to Catherine Almeida, you never would have known that just hours ago she was hit by a bullet in her own bedroom.
I do feel safe, despite, yeah.
Catherine Almeida is comfortable in her neighborhood of 25 years.
Love it.
And doesn't let the gunshots she often hears keep her up at night.
Just turn over and go to sleep. You know, what else can you do?
This morning, that wasn't possible.
It was kind of surreal. It was like, wow.
At about 1:15 a.m., she sat on her bed after returning from the bathroom and heard a gunshot.
Came through the bedroom, and then it hit my arm and took out a little chunk of my arm, and then the bullet landed on my pillow.
She says if it had been just 2 seconds later,
I would have laid down, it would have hit my face. So just good timing. You know, some things like that happen in life. It's just like good timing.
We can easily say that we're very, very lucky that this woman wasn't seriously hurt or killed. I mean, this came within inches of this being our first homicide for the year.
Madison police say the city has had 76 confirmed shots fired incidents through July this year, down from 112 in the same time period last year.
Still, we're seeing way too many guns being fired and innocent people almost being killed like we saw last night.
I just wish that they would just take one moment, just pause before pulling that trigger and think about the consequences, the damage that it could do to someone else.
Damage Almeida knows could have been worse.
There was no serious damage. Up here, I can't tell you what's going to happen in the days to come.
This bullet may have come too close for comfort.
It's scary, but I'm going to put it in perspective. I survived. I'm okay.
But like Almeida says, she's a survivor.
I believe I'll sleep tonight. Yeah, not worrying.
Almeida says she is so grateful for police and emergency responders helping out this morning. Police don't believe she was targeted and are investigating and looking into security footage, doing everything they can to find the shooter.
Yeah, very close call, though. Glad she's safe. Maddie, thank you. A Madison man is facing charges for a fatal drunk driving crash on East Washington Avenue overnight. Police arrested 32-year-old Antoine Temple. He's facing charges for his third offense OWI and hit and run, causing death. We're learning tonight that 71-year-old Frederick Major of Chicago died at the scene. His 69-year-old wife suffered minor injuries. Witnesses told police Temple was going between 80 and 100 miles per hour in a BMW convertible when he rear-ended the Major's vehicle. Police say that Temple and 2 passengers ran off. Then minutes later, Temple and a female passenger returned to the crash scene. The other male passenger has not been found. A Michigan woman is dead after a crash with a cement truck on Highway 19 in Sun Prairie yesterday. 24-year-old Hannah Kita was pronounced dead shortly after arriving at a hospital. The Dane County Medical Examiner and Sun Prairie Police Department are still investigating what happened.
A live look now at the Capitol, where a rally in support of Wisconsin's immigrant community is happening now. Members of Voces de la Frontera and Centro Hispano, along with Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and Representative Chris Taylor, are all going to be speaking tonight. They are advocating for policies ensuring the safety for our entire community and equity for immigrants. The rally comes a day after the largest single state immigration raid in U.S. history. Federal agents arrested nearly 700 undocumented workers at 7 food processing plants in Mississippi. Amy Reed will share more from speakers at the Wisconsin rally tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
To weather now, the storm that rolled through last night cleared out that humidity. Our first alert forecast now. Chief meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
And now we're going to be sitting pretty for the next couple of days with temperatures right around 80 degrees and that low humidity. Let's look at the visible cloud track, and you can see very little in the way of clouds across Wisconsin. Just a few cumulus clouds up in the northern part of the state. Here in southern Wisconsin, we're mainly clear. And Doppler track, well, the thunderstorms from last night now moving through southern Indiana and Ohio and away from us, and nothing upstream, so we're going to see a couple of dry days. High temperatures today, very comfortable. Upper 70s, few places like Milwaukee and La Crosse hit the 80-degree mark, but not by much. And current temperatures are generally in the mid to upper 70s. Dew point temperatures, though, have dropped into the lower 50s. That means low temperatures will drop into the 50s overnight. Otherwise, look for temperatures to climb to around 79 for tomorrow with mostly sunny skies. That's your News 3 Now First Alert forecast.
Gary, thank you. It has been nearly a month now since two Wisconsin brothers, Nick and Justin Diemel, were last seen.
We're hearing for the first time from a Missouri farmer who worked with the owner of the farm, where officials confirm human remains were found.
Our arrangement was that I was going to purchase the calves, he was going to feed and raise them, and then when they got to weaning weight, we were going to sell them and split the profit.
David Foster says he bought some cattle with Joey Nelson, first a herd of 31 and then 100 more from the Diemels company. But Foster says Nelson wasn't holding up his end of the bargain to sell the cattle, so he started secretly recording phone conversations.
And I got guys in Wisconsin that, you know what, I'm trying to be nice because I know they are going to lose everything they own.
Nelson tells Foster over the phone that he owes Justin Diemel a lot of money and he's ready to hurt himself or someone else. Right now, Nelson has only been charged with vehicle tampering, not murder. Foster ended up getting 35 of his cattle back malnourished, and he suspects the other 96 died in Nelson's care. State commissioners say they want utility companies and excavators to learn from the deadly explosion in Sun Prairie.
Rose Schmidt was there today as they voted to fine the subcontractor whose workers struck the natural gas main last year. Rose.
Subcontractor VC-Tech will have to pay more than $27,000 in fines and attend an educational course under a decision the state's Public Service Commission handed down today. The state decided that the company should have known they needed to call Diggers Hotline before digging in Sun Prairie last summer. VC-Tech was working for contractor Bear Communications to install a fiber optics line for Verizon Wireless last July when workers struck the gas line. The company's owner previously argued that Bear Communication workers told them they were okay to dig, but commissioners today say that wasn't good enough.
At the common practice of, hey, we're pretty sure it looks good, it's fine, you know, go ahead, which works probably 99 times out of 100, will result in one Sun Prairie. And we can't have another.
The complaint against VC-Tech was filed last year by USIC Locating Service. That's the company contracted to mark the utility lines. USIC's lawyer told me in a statement today that the company is pleased with the state's decision. VC-Tech's lawyer, though, did not respond to multiple requests for comment.
Watertown veterans are asking the public to help them find whoever is tampering with flags at veterans' graves. American Legion Post 189 now offering a $1,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. The Watertown Police Department has received multiple complaints of small graveside flags being damaged and about 140 that have been stolen. This was at Oak Hill Cemetery. Police say it's especially frustrating for groundskeepers who are putting those flags out.
They're trying to show their respect to all the veterans in the cemetery, and somebody's coming, removing them, breaking them, stealing them, whatever they're doing, and they put flags back out. Somebody comes and does it again.
If you have any information, you're asked to call Watertown Police or submit an anonymous tip. We have that information on our website, channel3000.com.
More local news now. Nonprofit Reap Food Group and Madison College are launching a new program to help get locally grown produce into the hands of Madison students and hospital patients. It is meant to address a major gap. Organizers say right now institutional kitchens are forced to buy pre-processed produce from outside the state, while farmers in our backyard are struggling to find local markets. Through the pilot program, Madison College will provide space for fresh local produce to be washed, cut, and packaged. Then it'll be delivered to the Madison School District, UW-Madison Dining Halls, and UW Health. Next at 6, a Janesville mother is asking for help after accidentally misplacing her wedding ring and a family heirloom at a local park.
We'll hear her message to anyone who may have taken them next. Madison's third night market of the season is just getting underway right now. You can stop by Gilman Street downtown until 10 tonight. Dozens of vendors will be there with handmade gifts and artwork. There are also food carts, pop-up restaurants, and live music. Now, if you can't make it tonight, there's one more night market left this year. It'll be Thursday, September 12th.
50 years after Woodstock, a Wisconsin photographer's never-before-seen photos are going on display. At the time, Mark Goff was a 22-year-old working for an underground paper. Some photos of his historic music festival were published, but hundreds of Goff's negatives were filed away at his Milwaukee home as he raised two daughters, changed careers, and last November, he died of cancer. Artist Nick Clemente wanted to shine a light on his work, so he's putting about 70 of the photos on display and on sale at several galleries in New York this month. Set down for a moment and then gone. That's what a mother says happened to her wedding ring and a family heirloom while at a Janesville park.
Rock County reporter Adam Duxter explains how it happened and why she's now praying for a miracle.
Ready? Yep. Hold on tight.
Caitlin Wingo says her day at Janesville's Palmer Park started out perfectly normal.
We were just meeting some friends up here, and we were gonna play on the playground and go swimming. Almost! Keep going, keep going!
Her children, and some friends tagging along. And after spending time on the playground, it was time for the pool.
I took off my rings to put the sunscreen on my kids and set them down next to me, as I usually do. They were done, and I dried off my hands, and then we went to the pool.
Shortly after, Wingo realized she'd forgotten to put those rings back on.
This bench, and I had set my rings right on the end.
When she got back to the bench where she had set them down, they were gone.
I wanted to puke. I was immediately, heartbroken.
Gone was her wedding ring, seen in this photo here. Also missing, a ring that once belonged to her great aunt, a family heirloom.
We looked under, around, on that side, this whole area.
And after hours of searching, she had to give up for the night.
I guess it was kind of the final realization that, I really did lose them, and I wasn't gonna find them.
She says since then, she's called Janesville police, all the local pawn shops, even left her number with the park's concession stand. She's convinced someone saw the rings and picked them up, and says tonight, if that's the case, the person who did doesn't realize the value of what they have.
I just want my rings back. I don't care why you took them or who you are. I just want them back.
Adam Duxter reporting. The Janesville Parks and Rec Department says the park does not have any security cameras that could have seen what happened. So if you do come across the rings, Wingo is asking that you call Janesville Police and please turn them in.
Coming up in sports, the Packers kick off the preseason with Game 1 against J.J. Watt and the Texans. Melissa Kim will have a live update from Lambeau.
Beautiful weather today, more in store for the weekend. We do have a few shower chances. Gary will have all the details next in your First Alert forecast. We pass a lot on to the next generation, including health risks, both physical and mental.
Tonight, we'll tell you about Daisha and Melissa Bischoff. The mother-daughter pair had a strained relationship for years, but have recently opened up about their similar struggles with suicide. Dr. Steve Garlow works in the psychiatric ward at UW Hospital and says while we can be genetically predisposed to conditions like depression, anxiety, and schizophrenia, a diagnosis does not determine your destiny. Danica Lewis has the story you'll only see tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Let's go to weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canolti joining us now. Absolutely beautiful out there. You really felt how the humidity is just gone.
Yeah,
these low dew
that
points.
cold front came through last night with the thunderstorms for some of our viewers, and then after that, the air has really dried out. Now, over the last 365 days, beginning of August through the end of July of this year, here in Madison, it's been our third wettest time period during that spell. 51.75 inches of precipitation, rain and melted snow. Normally, for a 12-month period, we get about 36 inches. So that just shows you how wet we've been. And it was just about this time last year, I just checked the weather records, we had about 1.25 inches of rain up to this point. And then for the rest of the month, we had over 8.5 inches of rain, and it just took off from there. Only November, March, and April had below normal precipitation, only by a little bit. And those are months that really don't get a lot of precipitation to start off with. So all the other big precipitation months have seen above normal precipitation. But right now, things are dry, and that's good news. Doppler track free of precipitation across Wisconsin. Over the last couple of days, actually the last 5 days, about 1 to 2 or 3 inches of rain fell in a widespread area through much of southern Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, and into parts of eastern Iowa. But you can see last night, all the rain was really north and east of Madison. Little or no rain fell across the southwestern half of our viewing area, but there were some strong to severe thunderstorms. Number of reports of some wind damage through parts of Adams and Marquette counties, and then into the Fond du Lac area. There was a brief tornado touchdown in Green Bay, and wind damage reports even into parts of Walworth and Racine and Kenosha counties. But the live view from the Queen Bee Radio Skycam at Platteville, free of clouds right now, and that's good news if you like dry weather. The live view from the WISC Skycam also showing mostly clear skies. As we check out the almanac for today, our high temperature, 77 degrees, the low 64. So average-wise, we're still right about normal, but again, with the less humidity, our temperatures will drop off a little bit more tomorrow morning. 75 the current temperature, the dew point temperature down to 51. That's about a 15-degree drop in the last 24 hours. So that's good news there as far as drying out the air. Temperatures right now, or this morning, mid-60s here, but notice to our north and west, upper 40s and 50s. That's the weather that's heading in our direction. And right now, temperatures very comfortable. Mid-70s, La Crosse still at 80 degrees, but with the low humidity, it doesn't feel quite as warm. Those 60-degree plus dew points well to our south and moving away from us. So I think even as temperatures warm up a little bit this weekend, we'll still see very comfortable conditions. Our forecast for tonight calls for mostly clear skies, comfortable conditions, low temperature dropping off to 56 degrees. For tomorrow, look for a sunny and pleasant day. High temperature just shy of 80 at 79. As we check out future track, you'll see very little in the way of clouds over the next 36 hours or so. Clear skies tonight, lows mid-50s, highs tomorrow, upper 70s with plenty of sunshine. Tomorrow night, mostly clear for most of the night, maybe a few clouds toward morning. Low temperatures in the upper 50s, and then Saturday, partly sunny skies. High temperatures will top out around 80 degrees, but we will see a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm Saturday night into Sunday and Monday. Just slight chances there. Better chances on Tuesday, but temperatures will stay very comfortable through all of next week.
Heisman candidate Jonathan Taylor says he wants to be an even bigger offensive threat this season. He explains how next. The Packers kick off the preseason tonight against the Texans at Lambeau Field. Now, don't expect many starters to get serious playing time. I saw a guy at the grocery store this afternoon wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey, eye black, and wristbands. So don't tell me people in Wisconsin aren't ready for some football, even if it's preseason. Melissa is ready to get our coverage underway from Green Bay. Good evening, Melissa.
Look, I don't have a jersey on, I don't have any eye black on, but I can tell you that here at Lambeau, it is a full football mode. Both teams out on the field right now warming up. Lots of fans in the crowd, the stands starting to fill up, and J.J. Watt 2019 watch is officially over. He came out on the field around 5:30 to lots of cheers from fans, no matter what jersey color they were wearing. Now, of course, because he's an NFL veteran, he's probably not going to play tonight. He doesn't expect to, at least he said, but he did say earlier this week that this was such a cool experience for him to just be here as a kid who grew up in Pewaukee, coming here watching training camp and especially watching Brett Favre. And man, this guy's just as popular. Lots of 99 jerseys in the house right now as I look around the stadium, and this is a level of support that he is truly grateful for.
Very thankful to have an incredible hometown and home state here in Wisconsin, and to have a new home down in Houston and Texas, where both places treat me incredibly well. They've welcomed me with open arms, and the state of Wisconsin has always supported me even since I left. So I always try and do my best to make everybody proud, both back in Wisconsin, here in Wisconsin and in Houston. So I hope I do that, and I appreciate it, and I'm so thankful for everybody for all the support that they throw behind me.
Now, traditionally, JJ, before games, he plays catch with fans or kids in the crowd. He started over on the visitors' side here behind the visitors' bench at the 30-yard line, went all the way around, all the way to the 10-yard line on the Packers' side. So maybe that's his way of saying thank you to fans, because at least if they don't get to see him play, you get to play a little catch with him. So really, life coming full circle here at Lambeau for JJ Watt, Kevin.
Melissa, thank you very much. Of course, Packers and Texans kick off at 7 o'clock at Lambeau Field. Well, the number of J.J. Watt number 99 jerseys versus the number 12 Aaron Rodgers jerseys hasn't officially been tallied, but the actual number 12 won't be on the field. He'll be on the field, just be wearing street clothes. Rodgers didn't play in the preseason opener last year either. No chance he'll play in the final preseason game, but there's one exhibition he'd actually love to play in, even if it's in a different country.
I'm probably going to play, I would assume, in the second and third games. Definitely want to get out there in Winnipeg, for our fans up there. That'd be a lot of fun. But, it's about getting your work done in the training camp practices and, trying to stay healthy and have some efficient drives in the preseason.
Now, I'm not putting on a jinx, but it's possible that next year at this time, we're talking about Jonathan Taylor making his NFL preseason debut. Now, it's going to become more likely if Taylor does what he says and keeps improving. One of the things he says he wants to do better is catch the football. Taylor led the nation in carries and rushing yards last season, but he only caught 8 passes. He's using this preseason to up that number and make himself even more of a threat.
One of the big things about camp is it's a time to get reps, it's time to play. So, being able to continuously get reps, continue to work on it, this is the time to do it, This is the time to ask the questions you had. This is the time to get the reps, have different looks. So this is the perfect time to be able to perfect that craft.
The Orioles are having a rough season. DJ Stewart knows that firsthand, and he is that season personified. Watch him try to make this catch. Great effort. And the ball hits him right in the head. The cranium catch. And last night, Chris Davis almost fought manager Brandon Hyde. Look, he just got called up from AAA. Yeah. And he stayed in the game. Yeah, after going through all the tests.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, the Brewers off tonight, so they get to watch the Packers and not make any sliding catches like that.
They want him back in the game?
Yeah, for them, I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but ooh, yeah.
Wow, okay. All right, Gary, final check.
Looking very nice weather-wise for the next couple of days. High temperatures right around 80 for tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. Just a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm Saturday night and Sunday into Monday. A little better chance on Tuesday, but the rest of next week looking pretty nice as well. Temperatures upper 70s to low 80s.
Gary, thanks. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6.
Enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.